to the stream. As usual, I'm going to give people a few minutes to file in. But I've got to say, I fucking love this game. In advance, I will tell you that. I actually have been through it. I'm going to try and blank my mind on all of the various shit I've already done on it so that it's still something of a surprise, but I will fucking tell you this. Fuck Alien Covenant. This is the sequel everybody wanted, the sequel everybody fucking deserved. Just wish to God that Predator would get a treatment like this. And just giving it a minute to load up here. Okay, let's go ahead and start this party off right. You know, I would say that there are a couple of different reasons for making game adaptations. First, the cash grab. You've got a hot movie, you want more people to watch the movie, so you make a product that will encourage more viewers to go see the movie. Okay, I can buy that. Sometimes they can be pretty good, sometimes they can be pretty fucking fun. Most times they just wind up being something that people play for 5 minutes and then toss into the nearest resale bin if they still buy physical copies, which, you know, they might not. Then there's stuff like this. The real fucking deal. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Actually, you know what? Before I do, I'm going to go ahead and send out one final notification on Twitter. Hopefully after tonight, people start tuning in a little bit more frequently. That's awesome. Didn't realize that there was a way to link that, but should pop up immediatamente. Awesome. You know, I haven't actually played through the Crew Expendable stuff. I own it, but I haven't had a chance to go through it ever. I don't know, maybe if these prove popular, then I'll give that a shot. Alright, let's start the festivities. Sounds like a very cute feature, but one that I don't think I'll be taking advantage of. Okay, now this is pretty fucking awesome. I actually remember hearing about this when the game first came out. Basically, you can have the microphone connected to the game itself. And since I am going to be talking constantly during this fucking thing, as much as I would love to leave that on, I think I'm going to go ahead and play it safe by turning that off for us. I'm always so tempted to go for hard or nightmare or one of the other fucking tough as shit settings, but because I don't think people like watching game over screen after game over screen and seeing somebody trek over the same section again and again, I'm just going to go with medium. Yes, I do want to. Barely visible. I've got to admit, I have a shit TV. These things, like, it actually auto-adjusts. I've tinkered with the settings. It keeps flipping back to it. Ah, well. And I absolutely hate in horror games like this when you turn it up too bright and you can see everything in the background. It was really bad in older games where, like, Doom 3... where enemies would just sort of wait in darkened areas. You just see them sitting there, calmly waiting for you to fucking blow their faces off. Such a pain in the ass. Actually,
Final report of the commercial starship Nostromo. Third officer reporting. The other members of the crew...
I had such a fucking disgusting crush on Sigourney Weaver when I was a kid.
Lambert, Parker, Brett,
quite possibly
Ash,
the first woman I ever saw in her underwear.
And Captain Dallas are dead. Cargo and ship destroyed. I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks.
With a little luck,
the network will pick me up.
God, I hope not.
This is Ripley.
Although, I don't know. What do you think? An alien TV show?
Last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
Though definitely not network. Should be on cable. HBO for the fucking win. I've got a hand to be
Ripley?
Absolutely everything about this game is
I'm Samuels.
pitch perfect.
I work for the company.
For Ridley Scott's Alien. And there's even some really great
It's about your
visual
mother.
nods to
We think we may have found her, Amanda.
aliens. Cameron.
A commercial vessel, the Anisadora, has recovered what we believe to be the flight recorder unit of the Nostromo.
Where?
Zeta Reticula.
What did it tell you?
We don't know. The unit was taken to Sevastopol station.
You know, Sega games always have this
Proprietorial material,
weird
so
feel
the
to
company
them.
wants it to be
Kind of
collected as soon as possible.
Loose, I guess. I don't know.
Sevastopol's a supply depot in the
I haven't
region.
ever really
It's
tried
a
to
permanent free port
I know what it
facility.
is.
define it.
Transit's arranged. There's a courier ship called the Torrens heading out that way in 2 days. We're going to travel out,
We.
me and another exec. And you, if you're willing.
Yeah, I gotta say, it is
Look,
kind of
Ripley,
ambiguous in this game.
When this job came across my
I mean,
desk,
if you've
I
ever
read
seen the
case
extended
history.
edition of Aliens, there's a scene where, you know, Ripley hears that her daughter died at
I
like
know
60 years old on Earth,
Why
but
you're
they
working
could have
in
been
the
fucking
region
with her.
where she went missing. You're still looking, aren't you? I've been cleared to offer you a place on the Torrens if you want to come along.
Wayland Yutani, first in world building,
Maybe
last in telling the
there'll be
truth.
some closure for you.
I will say, this game is going to be sort of a slower one. Heavy on the atmosphere. I'll try not to bog things down too much. Keep them moving. Thankfully, they use a lot of audio logs in this, so that means I can keep going while still getting the story. I don't have to pause and wait for people to read. A Ripley, but not necessarily the Ripley. Okay. Get dressed. Bossy. Let's see, anything we can pick up? Also, look at the fucking detail on this. Jesus Christ. Can't tell me that's not amazing. And it is never too early to start grabbing shit. Every cigarette butt, lovingly rendered. Okay, that's enough of that shit. Oh my god, they even got the sound effects right. Seriously, if you are an Alien fan, and believe me, it's one of my all-time favorite horror or science fiction franchises, sci-fi horror, whatever the fuck you want to call it, then this game will blow your fucking mind. Okay. Anything else? Now why would I want to do that? Now what the hell? You know, I struggle with that objective every single morning. Alright. Let's get moving. I gotta say, I actually do prefer horror games that have you manually save rather than auto-saving. It does make it a lot more tense. Because you're always looking for that next save station, you're always trying to see, you know, where you can keep your progress from being lost. And you're always wondering if something's going to come up and fucking kill the shit out of you while you're using it. What do you mean, what do you see? Oh god, this is gorgeous. I'm sorry, I'm just geeking the fuck out at all the detail that they crammed into this game. I'm having fun just fucking exploring. Let me see, objectives.
Taylor, good morning.
Ripley, it's certainly not good. I very much doubt it's morning either. Sorry.
Oh, and I
feel
have
like death.
got to praise
I don't know how you people
the
put up with
audio
hypersleep
quality on this. I
regularly.
actually
You get used to
purchased
I don't
headphones
do long haul
for
very
my
often.
PS4
Most
specifically
legal execs
so that I
don't
could
travel
hear
further
this
than the
game
coffee
in
machine.
stereo.
I'm surprised Wayland Yutani felt the need to send legal at all.
The loss of the Nostromo and its cargo cost the company a lot of money. It's important we find out what happened. If I can close the case with a conclusive accident report, it'll look great with my superiors. I'm sorry. That was insensitive.
And I've got to say,
Realize your mother has been missing for 15 years and you...
It's okay.
The
We'll both
characterization
get what we want, right?
in this game is
Have you seen Samuels?
really fucking good.
He's probably been up for hours.
I'll catch up with him.
I mean, yes, there are people that are built around stereotypes. I mean, clearly she's the corporate goon sort, but she still has a soul, kind of a life of her own, you know? And I think that's what I've always loved about the Alien films, is that they always had character to them. They've done a great job in Alien, Aliens, hell, even the lesser-liked entries, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, with crafting, if not likable characters, then characters that you can at least, you know, identify with and feel like they're more than just a name, you know. They're not just the tough guy, the asshole. Like, take for example, Hudson. Everybody fucking loves Hudson's freakouts. Game over, man, game over, and all that shit. But when you look at him, like, really boil him down, he's a guy who's just watched every member of his squad, people he's known for years, fought in the trenches with, watched them, you know, get slaughtered by a bunch of fucking murderous alien bugs from God only knows where. He's pretty justified at having a nervous breakdown. Also, while I am kind of going off about how much I fucking love Alien... Actually, hold on a second, a little bit more dialogue here.
Samuels, did
I'm
you
gonna
wake
try
up
not to
early?
interrupt too much because
Well,
this
I don't
really
need
is a
sleep
fucking
as the rest of
great
them.
Alien story.
I was just inspecting the Torrens facilities.
Why the
A
hell can't the
well-maintained
movies get it
ship.
right?
I realize it's
Well,
a very similar
after-
model to...
The Nostromo.
Recently,
Yes,
I mean...
M-Class.
I
A
was
later
on the
advent,
fence
close
about
inspection.
I've worked
Prometheus. I
engineering
still
jobs on
have
ships
moments
like
where
this.
I really like
Of
it,
course.
and moments where I absolutely hate
Is
it.
Taylor up yet? She's
But
not a
Alien
seasoned
Covenant,
traveler.
I've got to
Hypersleep
say,
may
I've
be
finally
pushing
come down on the
for
side of
We
just
talked.
not
She seems
liking
nervous.
it at all.
I hadn't noticed. She's a skilled executive, though. Should help us with any legal issues we might encounter.
All personnel to the bridge. Approaching Sebastopol Station.
Yes.
Looks like we're up.
Right, getting back to what I was talking about, and it's the little details, like this shit. I mean, look at that. It is... Oh. Like, motion for motion, an exact duplicate of the one on the Nostromo. But yeah, as I was saying, what I love about each of the Alien films is that each of them does their own thing. The first film is basically a sci-fi horror story in outer space. Okay, cool. But then, you get Aliens, which is a fucking action movie. Then Alien 3, which is sort of a theme-heavy art house film, and I think that's why so many people hate it. Because it focuses less on action, more on theme and character. Basically, it does what The Grey did years later. It's a film about death and dying and the different ways in which people die.
Hope you all had a restful journey.
No
the
problem,
Torrens is
dude.
in very good order for an old M-Class captain.
She was a wreck when I bought her.
Hey, I'm
Took
just
a few
happy you're
years and a
tuning
lot
in.
of contracts to refit. She pays for herself now.
You
Always
said
happy for
we're
the
approaching
conversation.
Sebastopol Station. Are we docking?
I believe your contact is Marshall Waits, is that right?
Yeah, Alien
I'll hail
Resurrection.
Sevastopol and arrange boarding with
I
him.
mean, I don't
Good.
even know what the
Let's
fuck
get this
that one
done.
is, but
Don't worry, Miss Taylor. Routine.
I
In
don't
and out.
understand why people
Connor, how we doing?
seem to hate it so much. It's very different from the previous three films, but then each of those
Redcon
films
so I
was
can
so
say hello.
fucking different from each
Channel
other.
open, Captain.
Does everyone have their briefing documents?
You can watch the approach on the monitors.
I mean, let's take a look at what Alien Resurrection was. It was a film written by Joss Whedon and directed by the French art director who made City of Lost Children, for God's sakes.
Can we see it?
And yet
Switch to
people
monitors.
seem shocked that they got a film
Sevastopol
written by
Station.
Joss Whedon and directed by the director of City of Lost Children. I mean,
Looks like
have you ever seen that?
Punch up
Anybody?
74, tight angle.
Looks like the dry dock bay is screwed.
If you
I can't
haven't
bring the
seen it,
Torrens
you
into that.
probably should watch it.
This
It's
is a
just got this
commercial vessel,
weird,
Torrens out of St. Clair,
bizarre,
registration number
dreamy,
MSV
nightmare-like
7760,
quality.
calling Sevastopol Traffic Control. We're carrying 3 passengers on a Wayland.
Yutani Bond, you're holding the Nostromo flight recorder unit. We request immediate
Hell, it's
permission
got
to
Ron
transfer the
Perlman.
passengers
Everybody
portside
fucking loves
over.
Ron Perlman. Everybody with a soul.
Colonial Marshal, Sevastopol State, serious situation.
Hello, Marshall?
And yes, Alien Resurrection is very
Marshall,
much over the
this
top,
is the
but
Torrens. Say again?
that's just sort of the director's style. Plus, again, Joss Whedon. Is Joss Whedon really known for being subtle and understated? Methinks not.
The station's comms seem pretty screwed up, so I fitted Samuel's suit with a radio booster.
I do feel
I can
very
only keep the Torrens in transit
sorry
for 24
that,
hours.
You'll have heard from us by then.
Safe trip.
that they didn't manage to keep the original finale to Whedon's script.
Stand by. My contract doesn't
Basically,
cover
rather than the
spacewalks.
weird human
It's the only
alien
option.
hybrid baby
It's
thing, they had like
perfectly
a
safe if you do
giant
what I tell you.
albino alien that basically just fucking ripped the shit out of everything. That would have been pretty fucking awesome to see. Oh, same
Depressurize
here.
her.
Again, their
Keep
art
doing this.
team
Just shadow
on this
me,
game
Taylor. You too,
were
Simmons.
Affirmative.
utterly brilliant. I mean, seriously, I think that they may, and I haven't watched any making of things, but it almost feels like they took physical models
You're doing good, Taylor.
as they did in the original Alien film.
Just keep moving.
That's one reason that things look so good, is that it has a physical presence.
Taylor Ripley, hold on.
Don't get me wrong, CGI has gotten amazing in recent years, to the point where sometimes I'm not sure what is and what isn't. But you can still have that certain
Taylor, respond,
feel
anybody.
when you're watching CGI as opposed to a physical prop. There's some part of your mind that, even if you don't consciously pick up that it's not quite true to life, in some parts, I don't know, it's like your brain just slowly wraps around it. You know, I think that it's maybe the way the light falls on things. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, plot armor until the third act. That's another thing I love about horror, is that, let's face it, did anybody expect the movie Die Hard to end with Hans Gruber shooting John McClane in the face? Nobody? We already know how it's going to end. Horror is the only genre in which the bad guy can actually win. It raises the stakes through the fucking roof. Hell, sometimes the good guy makes it out and then still buys it at the very end. Which, to be honest, I always find those to be pretty fucking cheap. Oh, the sound design. My ears are coming. I need to get a face, I need to get a camera so that I can actually show off my face during these. That'll make shit really scary. Actually, I kind of liked Scream 4. I know that it has its detractors. You know, that's the thing about me, is that I tend to like shit that nobody else likes. So I'm either a really goddamn awful film critic or a really good one. Oh, well, yeah, it was silly as hell. But to be honest, that's kind of the point at that point. That's the thing about Scream is that... Oh, shit. That's so cool. That's the thing about Scream, though, is that when it commits the sins of a bad horror movie, it's kind of doing it on purpose. I've got to say it was funny as fuck watching her ram a knife into her shoulder. Spoiler alert. In Scream 4 for anybody who hasn't seen it and still intends to. Although I have no idea why you... Shit. Oh man, that fire effect is so pretty. I must shove my face into it. No, okay, I'm not going to. There we go. Oh god, they even got the vents right. God. Oof. I'm sorry, if it sounds like I'm having sex, then that kind of is the case. This game is the equivalent of sex for me. I mean, visually, it's gorgeous. Story-wise, perfect entry in the Alien franchise. Actually, a fuck of a lot better than Covenant, for God's sake. And I would like two of my friends to meet. Michael, meet one of my friends and co-workers. Kaylin. Sorry, I was concentrating for a second. Well, now it's a fucking party. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to scroll. People can get the general idea. I'm not going to lie. I did for like half a second. But then, hey, given the fact that I'm operating on... Given the fact that I'm operating on 4 hours of sleep and a single meal, I think that that can be forgiven.
God damn. This'll help.
I love Lamp. Don't you dare... Oh, dude, have you not seen the new idiotic meme craze? Aim, launch, throw, back into place. against them, too. That's awesome. Yeah, basically, there's this new meme trend where there's this image of a moth that basically is just fucking insane for lamps. It sounds idiotic, and it is. Oh yeah, it is the new Tide Pod, and I actually love it more. I love it almost as much as I love lamp or flare. Pretty flare. Agent. Actually, is there shit down there I can get at? Actually, I think moths are poisonous. Well, so are Tide Pods, but still. Yeah, there may be some shit down here. Honestly, I don't mind exploring in this game. I just love the way this fucking place looks. You know, and I've gone straight from Resident Evil to this, but it's just interesting how survival horror has evolved over the last, oh, I don't know, maybe 6 years or so. Basically, we've gone to... Okay, it does die off eventually. Oh, wait, can I activate that again, or do I get... Oh, okay, I see, it just switches to the next one when one burns out. Okay, cool. But yeah, we go from the traditional fixed camera games like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Then Resident Evil 4 comes along and we get stuff like Dead Space, the whole over-the-shoulder perspective, Cold Fear, if anybody remembers that one. Man, music is shit in the future. Darkest Dungeon, I have not. Tell me about it. Sounds good, though. But then after the over-the-shoulder, more action horror, you kind of had a revival where things went to the other extreme.
Hello? Anyone here?
Oh my god, look at this model. Oh, that's gorgeous. Can I interact with that at all? No? Okay, well, worth a shot. Yeah, but people went to the other extreme, from action to leaving people completely helpless in the face of unstoppable enemies that you'd be an idiot to even try to shoot at. God, the atmosphere in this is great. Legitimately makes you feel nervous. Okay, let's give this a quick save. Oh, that's awesome. Could you do me a favor and send me a quick message on Facebook so I don't forget about it? Don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I'm thinking of actually trying to create a game of my own. Nothing, you know, super advanced like this, but maybe a little, you know, 2D side-scrolling 8-bit game or something. I know, I've got way too many goddamn...
Anything here work?
It's the future, bitch. Nothing works. Okay. Yeah, but, let me see. How do I get through here? Let's see. Oh. Shit, was there a passcode Okay, touch pad button for journal. Okay, that must be what I use for inventory. Archive logs. Okay, that's useful. Oh, and it even marks off the ones that have codes you need. So, 4930. Okay, or not. I really should have read those logs a little bit better. Okay, supply room. Repair job, 1851. Holy shit. Oh crap. Does it keep... Oh god, it keeps all of the logs from my previous playthroughs. Oh Christ almighty. That is going to be a colossal pain in the ass. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Come on. And moved our stash 0340. I don't want to have to go through all these. Thank God. Crafting menu. Nice. L1 to build. Like I said, it had been quite some time since I actually played this game, so... Okay. I think I'm gonna need a couple of those. Okay, let's just set that there. That's the thing, when I go directly from one game to another, it always takes me a little while to get a hang of the controls. Okay, well, I've got a map, at least. That's something. That would restore power, so through there. And medkit. Go ahead and select that. And there we go. Back to perfection. Restore power. Hold on, it's giving me an indication that there's a terminal down here. Go ahead, bring up the flare in case I need some light. Maybe I can fix this? Guess not. Maybe there's something in here. Yeah, when I say that I'm doing a blind play, I am not just joking. I cannot see shit in here. And I do not want to waste my last flare. Already activated. Let's see, maybe there's a code or something I missed. Gotta pay a little bit more Ah, there we go. Thank you.
I'm going!
Oh, look, new friends. I like the way that movement is in this. Okay, looks like they left me to die. Yeah, but it's kind of tanky, you know? It's not super swift. You don't feel like you're dancing around like you're lighter than air. You're a little bit slower than I'd like, but that's probably going to help out with the atmosphere. Like I said, I know from the way they've set this up that there's... That's unsettling. Yeah, I know they're not going to throw anything at me first without so much as a cutscene or some kind of warning, but something about this quiet place, you know, where people used to live. It's kind of the same vibe you get from Dead Space 2.
What the hell happened here?
Deeply fucking unsettling. But yeah, I will say this. If you haven't played this game and you love horror, you owe it to yourself to get a hold of it. And do yourself a even bigger favor. Play it with a nice pair of headphones if you can get your hands on them. Actually, I find that most horror games are better with headphones, especially ones that involve first-person perspective like this. Okay, can't burn my way through just yet. Say I'm a huge sucker for games that take place, well, not games, but horror stories in general that take place either in space or underwater.
Damn it!
Okay, that's unsettling. So, anybody who's watching, what are some of your favorite horror films? Or, tell you what, let's restrict ourselves to the Alien franchise. Out of the original 4, what would you say is your number 1? Okay, that is it. You and I are going through those one of these days. Well, if you want to. Promise not to pin you down Clockwork Orange style and pin your eyelids open. And to any of those who are enjoying this at home, ignore any sounds in the background. That's just my dog being horrible. Seriously, it's like living with a xenomorph. How is this place creepier with the lights on? Oh, that's how. Yeah, plus, you know, there's that fucking announcements and so forth in the background. You know, I mean, when they make it clear that this place was inhabited up until just maybe a few hours even ago.
Druia Jones, today's update.
Scares
After
the shit
numerous
out of me.
demands, Marshal Waits finally called a public meeting to address the rumors that have been circulating on Sevastopol. But instead of the answers we wanted, he continued to be evasive, and after only a few minutes, he and his team were pelted by projectiles from an angry crowd. A gun was fired, there was panic, and now Waits and what's left of his team are forcibly ejecting us from the terminal. Feels like we're on our own now.
Alright. And quick save. And once again, let me express how much I really actually like manual save systems in horror games. Oh god, don't bring up Aliens Colonial Marines. That game broke my fucking heart. God, who doesn't remember that demo that they had? So many promises, so many lies. Ah, here we go. And here's the thing, it could have been good. Hell, it could have righted something that pissed people off for years about Alien 3. I know. In fact, I think that was like one of the first instances when people really got burned by somebody releasing footage from what wasn't actually the game, that was just pre-rendered. Although I think I also heard that actually was an honest representation of the game at the time, and it wound up getting redone later on.
This whole damn place is falling apart.
Oh, I don't know. A few drapes. Maybe a nice duvet. It could be homey. By which I mean a good place to call home. I'm not, you know, trying to go all urban. I'm honestly curious why they had to redo it. Fuck. God. You know, when I first heard that they were doing games where you had no defense and were just, you know, somebody who was legitimately trying to survive, I honestly thought that, you know, it wasn't going to work. What an idiot I was. The first real eye-opening I had was Outlast, which is sort of the granddaddy of that newly emergent breed of survival horror. I really hope to play it for viewers one day. But in the poll I had on Twitter, this one hands down. Also, because I do see that we've got quite a few viewers. I know that one of you already won a prize. By the way, Kaylin, remind me to send that to you. But if you like audiobooks, I've got 4 more left. Free copies over 7 hours of entertainment. The contest, basically, the other night when you posted We Love the Fear Fan. Or did you not do that? Oh well, whatever, I'll send you a free copy anyway. What are friends for? And yes, it is finally fall. I love it. Say, speaking of zoning out and staying up late... Well, that's good. I said some pretty stupid shit 4 minutes ago. Well, he doesn't look too good. Oh, fall is, to me, what summer is for 90% of people. I've got to say, I do love Metroid-style gameplay where, you know, it shows you an area, there's some stuff you can't get to, but it promises you shit in the future. Okay. I'm not sure if the audio translates to the headphones of anybody who's watching this, but yeah. If you aren't listening with headphones, and if it does work that way, you should definitely put them in. Should definitely put them in for this. And they paid just so much fucking attention to detail in this.
Nurse, this is Turner. I found the last power coupling. Took me a
That's
while,
gotta
but
be
it's
the
off
exit
now.
up ahead.
Just fitting the last security brace. Come find me when you've shut yours down, then we can get the hell out of here. Jesus, man, I'm hearing noises everywhere. Every creak and... Just hurry the fuck up, will you?
So, this is not actually my first playthrough. It's been... God, I haven't played through it since it came out, even though I love it. But, I know the perfect stopping point for tonight. I'm gonna play through until I get there. Yeah, that does suck. But hey, you know, fall needs other seasons to give it context. Honestly, I call October the month of Halloween because I basically wind up celebrating all month long. Joys of horror geekdom. Oh look, Bartman was here. God, that is such an old reference. That's the thing about being in your 30s. You start to reference shit from when you were a kid. Pretty soon, I'm probably going to start sounding like somebody's grandpa. Yeah, but there is no moment in this game where you feel completely safe. Even little things like that, I didn't quite notice that vent at first.
Fuck.
And just that little sound effect, sly and right next to you, that is enough to make you shit your pants on a quiet night. How old is this game now? A year? 2 years? Something like that? I think 2 years. And yet, it still looks better than some of the newer games I've seen, even.
I think I need this more than you do.
Of course, like, the art department on this was, like, one of the central cells for it.
Rolo, I want to make a complaint. To the highest authority, okay? My name is Zachary Watson. That's Watson. You get that? My complaint is this.
Honestly, I don't think anybody
Fucking marshals.
killed him. I
They
think
should
he
be
probably
protecting
just
us.
slipped and
It's
cracked
their
his
job.
skull when he was drunk.
Something's on the station with us, and no one knows what it is. No one fucking knows. He put braces in the doors. Locked down. You know, like to keep something out. I'm fucking terrified, man. I'm fucking... Shit. It's so cold.
Can you see yourself? Okay, no, you can't. God, I would fucking piss myself if I saw something moving in a vent while I was looking down at that. Actually, you know, that's part of what freaks you out in these games is you start to ask yourself what's going to happen next, and you start to mistrust your environment. And that's where good horror in a game comes from. It's an atmosphere that makes you begin to doubt your... Oh, really? I'm maxed out on that? Oh, shit, that sucks. Okay, I can still take prefabricated stuff.
Interview subject. Heist. Did I say that right? Heist? Look, if you can't even tell me your name, we're gonna be here a hell of a long time. I just want to know about your boss. He's got you all into a lot of trouble. Someone's gonna be accountable. I'm gonna make damn sure someone's accountable. No? Tough guy, huh? Turner, turn off the tape.
Okay.
Maybe our friend here is just shy.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm not nuts about crafting in games unless you can make some incredibly cool shit. If you're going to make items, then, you know, if you're going to give me items, just give me some fucking items. Was this open before? It was not.
First, it's Turner. Gotta deal with that wasted asshole again. This time he nearly wrecked the door with a maintenance jack. Guess he figures it's safe here. Wants to lock himself in. Screw him. We got too much to worry about without babysitting drunks. Anyway, I threw him in the evidence lockup. Let the son of a bitch sleep it off.
Okay, and I see we've got a few fresh faces on here. If you're watching, that means you probably like horror, and if you like horror... Actually, I believe there was something over here. then we actually do have a prize. 4 more people get it. If you type out "We Love the Fear Fan" in the comments, then you get a free audiobook. 7 hours of horror, completely free. Or hey, if you want to put a little bit more dough in my pocket, costs $17.50 without it. B. And was there anything back here?
I'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely wife just stopping by. Okay, back to the main room. I wonder if this is one of those games where you like eventually get tired from sprinting. Well, it probably makes more noise, so it may not be a good idea.
Stay still.
Okay. Okay.
Now, turn around. Come on!
I'm Ripley.
Where'd you come from? Ripley?
Off station. A ship.
There's no ships here!
Is it just me, or does this guy feel like he might be the ancestor of one of the dudes in Alien 3?
Something blew just now. Rocked this whole place.
I saw it.
But lady, that's the least of our problems.
Yeah?
Yeah. Something's on this station. Something you wouldn't believe.
Like what?
A killer. You get it?
Okay.
Let me guess. Lice.
Okay. What's your name?
Axel.
I was boarding with 2 colleagues. EVA. We got separated by the blast. Can you help me find them?
Why?
Because you seem to know your way around.
No, I mean, why? What's in it for me?
A place on the ship.
Being slightly less expendable?
How do I know I can trust you?
I need to find comms. I need to contact my ship.
This is your lucky day.
You know,
Let's
given
go,
that
sweetheart.
she's...
Seeks and Comms is in the Systech Spire. It's quite a distance, but we can get to a transit through the freight area. But watch yourself. We can get into all sorts of trouble there, okay?
Ah, Terminators. Actually, has there ever been a good Terminator game?
Come on, I don't want to stick around here long.
I'm legitimately curious.
Was that you following me back there?
Had to keep my distance. Can't take any chances.
God, what I wouldn't give for a flashlight right now.
Stick close to me.
What?
Hey, don't move.
Okay. We're not looking for trouble. Who are you?
I'm John. This is Ringo.
They're just some assholes. We haven't got time for this. Come on, Jana.
Okay, that
We're
was
trying
nice.
to get to comms. Can you help us?
We don't need their help.
Don't tell them anything.
Yeah, but telling her
Look,
it's her
I've got
lucky
the elevator
day
work.
when she's
Jana,
trapped on a
let's go,
fucking space
okay?
station full of xenomorphs.
I'm sorry. Good luck.
Not exactly the wisest idea.
What the hell was that about? Why are you so damn aggressive?
Everyone's running shit scared, keeping to their own. Safer that way.
Yeah, something tells me this guy got a does not play well with others on his first report card.
I hope this ship of yours is the real McCoy.
The real McCoy? Why not the real Spock? Okay, that was a terrible joke. My apologies.
Hold
What?
up. Let me get the elevator. Allow me. Place is old. Needs a special touch.
I wonder if that's like what she's doing is the future equivalent of checking Facebook. People just compulsively use those devices every 5 minutes.
Well, what are you waiting for? Hit the button.
I was waiting for the prompt. Irish fucking dick.
Keep the noise down here. There might be people around.
I'd appreciate it if you told me what the hell was going on. Right now.
Listen, darling. When we get to the ship, we can kick back, braid each other's hair, and chat all you want.
I think that braiding your
when we get
hair
to my
might
ship,
present
I need to know
something
what's
of
going
a
on.
challenge.
Right fucking
sir.
now.
Fine. Like I said,
Wait.
there's a killer.
Wait.
Killer. What does that even mean?
I ain't seen it, but it's here.
Okay,
Taking
no,
us
I'm
off
not
one
touching
by
that one with a 10-foot
What are
pole.
you saying? A psycho? A person?
No, something else. A monster.
I'm terrified to ask, but I wonder if anybody ever actually fucking did that. Tried to braid their pubes. Christ, I know it's getting late when I start having those kinds of thoughts.
Shit, we need to move. This way. Get down.
This is bullshit, man. You should be looking for a way off.
Are you crazy? There's no way off. At least we're safe down here.
For how long? What if they come for us?
Then we shoot the crap out of them. Now shut up. You're making me nervous.
Trouble. We'll have to go round them. Follow me.
And I love the idea that people are actually working against one another here. Is that not just like the most goddamn alien thing imaginable? Because really, in the Alien films,
Friends of yours?
I've had run-ins with
people
those
work
guys
against
before.
each other
They
as
don't
much
like
as they
strangers.
do the
Even
creature.
nice guys like me.
I'm shocked.
I ain't pulling your chain, darling. You want to
Ashen
go and
part
say
one.
hello? It's your funeral.
Berg
Those guns
part
aren't
two.
for show.
Someone should be doing something.
Hell,
They
nobody
are.
gets along in part
It's
3.
called surviving.
Yeah, something tells me that
Everyone's turning
you,
on each other.
expendable
The
secondary
fear,
character,
it makes people crazy.
may not be the best person to talk about surviving.
You've been living here?
What can I say? My butler's on holiday. Grab what you need. You don't know when you'll get another chance.
Okay, let's see. Can I craft additional flares? I cannot.
Been hunkered down here for a week now, waiting for a ship. Waiting for you, I guess.
Well, you know, actually, if you look at the logs, Michael, and just follow them carefully, they actually do have some pretty good
It can get pretty dark around here. You should take that
reasoning
flashlight over
why
there.
it happened.
Make sure
Basically,
you're stocked up on batteries.
a bunch of people on a mostly decommissioned station being chased around by a fucking xenomorph. Half of them thought that it had been released by the company itself.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Pick
The
up the
other half
flashlight.
blamed the cops. Where is it? Oh, it's a scrap. Is this it? Oh, here we are. Oh, thank God. And of course it's going to give me limited batteries, but...
Just be careful not to flash it around.
Beats
We don't want to get caught.
waving
Let's
a
go.
flare around. Trying to reload the flashlight.
This way.
Yeah, in games like this in Outlast, I tend to use the flashlight just in very short bursts, kind of like using a camera flash to light your way.
There's another vent right here somewhere. I marked it so I wouldn't forget it. How about you look around? We're not going anywhere until you find that vent.
Huh. I guess chivalry really is dead. Thank you. Vent, vent, vent. You know, and it is interesting how it relieves the pressure, even just having like a little AI companion to follow you around like this. Okay. Definitely lowers the creep factor a bit. Well, I guess it is.
This place gives me the willies.
Oh, come on. It's got to be in here somewhere. Ah, there we are.
Axel, is this it?
Hold on. I'm coming.
God.
I knew it was here somewhere. See? Got it covered.
It's even unsettling seeing him approach and just thinking about what else might be there. I think dark is one of the most elemental fears people have.
It's not smart to stay here too long.
Because fear is basically the unknown. The unexpected. And there could be anything in all that black.
Just those that want to stay alive, sweetheart.
Torrance, so that's your ship, huh?
Quiet. I hear something.
Yeah, I hear you. Will do.
Now would be a terrible time to turn on that flashlight.
There's always something going down.
Come on. We don't want to piss him off.
I keep thinking I can hear it through the walls.
Follow me.
Okay. Alright. Because I don't feel like retracing my steps, let's go ahead and hit the punch clock. And let's take a quick look, see if there's anything that got left there.
Okay, gotta be quiet here. Don't shine that flashlight. Quietly. Hold up.
What's the emergency? Someone else has been here.
And I would be utterly fucked at this point if I used one of the game's features that I discussed a little bit earlier. Basically, they have it set up to where the enemies can hear you through the microphone.
We still got to get through there. The door at the end.
I turned that feature off, but it made it really fucking nerve-wracking when you played with it on.
You're smaller than me. You'll make less noise.
Great.
Which one of you checked our supplies last?
I did. What's up?
You decide to help yourself a little?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Hey, he's been with me the whole time.
We're missing food, ammo, meds. If it's not one of us, then we were right. Someone's been in here.
This is no good. We're supposed to be secure down here.
Damn it. What about the lock Joe rigged up?
I've just come from there. Sealed tight. Eyes open. Keep your guns ready.
Someone's gonna have to tell the boss.
Boss? He's a goddamn store clerk.
Okay, here we go.
Maybe you think you could do better.
He's not saying that.
Okay.
Just saying that...
Just stop saying. And help me check the rest of this stuff. That is, if you could keep your trap from running for 5 seconds.
Definitely unnerving.
What just happened?
Okay, here we go.
It just turned itself off? No! Somebody's here.
Check it out. Everyone with me.
First thing you hear is all kinds of noise in the vents.
Okay. Think I'm good to get out.
Doesn't seem to be broken.
Who's there? Come out, and we won't hurt you.
How would you know, movement inside? If
We
the
know
generator
you're in
had
there.
blown, there'd be smoke.
Well, it's not working now.
Maybe the safety got tripped.
Shit.
Could have been a rodent. Got stuck in it, set off the safety.
A rat. They
Nice work, Ripley. This way. Let's keep it down. They're still close by. Follow me.
Whew. I wonder if them nearly spotting you was just a story event, or if I actually was nearly caught there. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, nothing of note.
How much further?
Nearly there. Transit's just up ahead. Let's just hope your ship's still there. Sevastopol not quite what you're expecting, eh? I'm not even supposed to be here. My shipping out papers were for a week ago.
Oh, what do you know? It's Dante's descendant from Clerks. And like I said, I'm not going to be spending too much time on those, but just enough so that people can read and get a little bit of the background. And of course I am recording and archiving these, so if you want to go back and pause and read over them yourself, feel free. Can I go around you? Okay, thank you for stopping right in the fucking dead center of everything.
It's powered down. The assholes have cut us off. Got it. We need to activate both consoles at the same time to open it. I'll do this one. You go to the one on the other side.
Okay.
Well, that puzzle was revolutionary when it was done in Final Fantasy fucking 7. Okay.
Ready. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Axel, behind you.
Fuck you! Get here now! I've got the thieving son of a bitch. You bums think you can take what you want?
Shit. I think I had that handled, dude.
Let's go. The others are on their way. We need to go! Now!
Hey, you bastard!
Move it!
Shoot him! Shit, I think he's dead. They killed him.
I've got to say, I don't think anybody's ever quite mastered the
You killed
same
that guy
awesome
because he was going to
sci-fi
kill
aesthetic
me.
as they had in the late
Saved my
70s
life.
and mid 80s.
This is about survival.
These days, everything looks like a fucking iPod, but this to me feels more like what somebody would actually design.
You hear something?
Here we go.
I hear something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the show.
What
have I got on me?
What the hell was that thing? Gotta keep moving.
God. Best thing is you can hear it moving around in the vents. Fuck, that's eerie. The way that they play with audio design in this. Come on. Fuck. Oh god, I think I fucking hear it moving. Shit. Oh god. Like I said, good horror is about making you jump at shadows. It's not even showing me any fucking shadows. Come on. Downright fucking nerve-wracking. Horror gaming at its finest. And again, headphones make it even better because you actually get a directional effect. You hear something on your left, then all of a sudden on your right. You don't know which way to look. So if you see, me suddenly looking around, that's because I'm trying to see what I'm actually hearing going on around me.
Station serving Seeks and Communication
All right.
Technologies, Tech Support Services, and Gemini Exoplanet Solutions.
Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and loot this one area here. There's bound to be a save station around. And then I am going to call it a night. So, anybody who enjoyed tonight's stream who isn't already a member, be sure to follow me, and I will be here again tomorrow night. I am on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Hold on a second here. Okay. Not gonna mess with that just yet. So yeah, in addition to my work here, I also do, don't need that. Ah, here we are. So yeah, in addition to my Twitch streams, I also do horror movie reviews on YouTube and mostly Vimeo these days. YouTube's a bit too pull happy with their copyright laws. That is under Terror Obscura, and I can also be found with my podcast, The Signal, a horror fiction podcast, where we take some of the best horror authors you haven't heard of yet, fresh young faces from Reddit and other places that they submit stuff to for us. So feel free to give either one of those a spin. And again, I'll be back tomorrow night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And this is the Fear Fan signing out.